Hey guys, what's going on? John here from What's Spinning, here tonight to chat out this new Lizzo album, 'Cause I Love You. Lizzo is a Minneapolis-based singer and hip-hop artist who's been at it for years now. First caught wind of her around the time of her Lizzo Bangers tape. Now this was far from my favorite release of these genres of the year, but it certainly was fun, and I really loved, more than anything, Lizzo's personality, because she just freaking put so much into it. But she really did win me over with her 2015 tape, Big Girl, Small World. That was an album that just, to me, had so much personality once again. But it showed Lizzo branching out into neo-soul and funk in a big way. And while there were a couple of tracks here and there that did underwhelm me, I did get the appeal of Lizzo. Now, she's been very busy ever since with guest spots and other projects, but this is the first time that we've heard from her in quite a while, and from these singles, I was actually really excited because I feel like she's been killing it lately. Let's chat about this thing. This album starts off with its title track, 'Cause I Love You, and what an explosive start. Not only does Lizzo show off immediately just how much of an amazing singer she really is, but this overall is just such a classy tune. In a way, it is sort of a throwback soul tune, but Lizzo here has so much swagger and so much pizzazz that she ends up bringing this sound up to date just enough. It's sweet, it's explosive, it's just a really great start to this album and a really great example of what Lizzo can do. It's honestly right where I wanted to hear her start this album off in every way. And I've said it ever since it's been released, Juice is such a freaking awesome single. Like, this track is smooth as hell. Very sleek, upbeat soul tune with, once again, so much personality. By the time that this hook rolls around, it pops in such a fantastic way. And some of these one-liners sprinkled throughout, like 10 out of 10. In a weird way, it is sort of a throwback to the simpler time of, like, soul and funk. Mostly because these grooves are fantastic and the horns are amazing here. And once again, Lizzo just has an overabundance of swagger and personality. Even later tracks like Better in Color are just nothing short of great examples of just bombastic soul for this new generation. Like, this track is absolutely perfect for Lizzo. It's just so colorful, and once again, her personality is absolutely blaring on all cylinders here. And once again, I just feel like this track has just the right amount of fun. This track's a great sentiment nonetheless, and Lizzo just sounds so at home on this track. And once again, her vocals are ridiculous. Now, sadly though, I don't feel like this is the absolute triumph of an album that I was expecting from Lizzo. There are a few hiccups here and there. For one, Jerome. This is probably the one that I'm most on the fence with. While I think Lizzo's performance here is very soulful and bluesy and gritty, and I love that, lyrically this one is just so repetitive and not nearly as sharp or witty as any other track here. And in an album that has an overabundance of personality and character, I really don't feel that here at all. And the saddest part is, with all the very empowering tunes here, I really feel like this album needed a track like Jerome. Just, this one doesn't work for me. We do get a couple of hiccups here that hold this album back. Crybaby's certainly one of them. I honestly have a lot of the same feelings about this track than I do with Jerome. And not to mention, it's times like this where I'm not into some of the vocals or lyrics nearly as much as the very pristine sound of this album does get a little grating. Now, lyrically, I actually don't mind this track, and Lizzo actually sounds really good here. But compared to other tracks here, this one is just not nearly as dynamic. And I might be in the minority here, but I don't really think that Tempo featuring Missy Elliott is that good. It's easily my least favorite single here. Like earlier in the album, I felt like Lizzo was saying a lot of necessary things, but doing it in a sort of fun, bubbly way. But this track to me is just a little stiff from time to time. There are absolutely some steamy moments that I can get into, and just the fact that we have Lizzo together with Missy Elliott is certainly a happening. As a matter of fact, Missy sounds freaking awesome. But I feel like compared to a lot of other tracks here, this one is just a little bit too on the rails for me, not nearly as fun. And exactly how I feel featuring Gucci Mane, it's not the worst thing here. As a matter of fact, I do like some elements to it. As a matter of fact, as far as rap tunes go, I feel like this is one of the classier tunes here. I love the sampling and the sheer attitude. But I feel like this one could have been a little bit catchier for my liking. And while Gucci's contributions aren't the biggest thing in the world, they're certainly fun. And while I'm airing my grievances, I'm really not into Lingerie as a finale either. It's just not really what I was expecting from a finale from Lizzo. It's once again a very steamy ballad, very low-key one though. But I feel like this track is one of the most faceless here with almost no pop and no pizzazz. Like, Lizzo actually sounds really great. Her vocals are awesome here, but I expected so much more. But truth be told, this album's actually still pretty darn good. There's a lot of very empowering, fun tunes that are very necessary right now. Like, I love the very bubbly Like a Girl very early in the album. Like, when Lizzo's personality is on point, it's just so gigantic and in your face, and I love that. And the pop culture references on this one are easily, like, the most on point here. It's just such a celebratory track, and I just can't help myself but get caught up into it, and it's also really fun. And Soulmate is easily one of the best tunes here. Actually, this very lavish anthem for self-love, and that's wonderful. It's honestly something we need more of in the world, probably. And these are themes that Lizzo has worked with since her early projects. But I do feel like with flashier production and even more confidence over the years, it comes off even bigger and better. And Heaven Help Me late in the album is like the really late in the album soulful track that I really needed. I love the glamorous production and some of the subtle hip-hop references. And Lizzo on this performance sounds absolutely batshit insane. Like, she has turned the charisma up to 10. But it's just so out of control that I can't help but eat it all up. And once again, it's a very empowering tune that's just great to hear. And that one last dreary beat shift, it's done very classy. So overall, this isn't really a bad album. I don't think it's as triumphant and gigantic of an album that I was expecting to hear from Lizzo, but still, she has just so much personality. She's working with some really great elements of funk and soul and bringing them into this new generation with a ton of empowering and fun tunes that are just necessary to hear right now. Yeah, there are some hiccups that hold this back from being perfect, but it's still a very fun, very quirky, very bubbly album that has tons of charisma and tons of personality. I'm feeling like a light 7 on this album, but let me know what you guys think down below. If you liked the video, as always, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you guys would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, guys.